Nolan Wells' case cover up seems to be like the gift that keeps on giving. Three of the young men that are involved in the Nolan Wells case has just retained Donald Trump's former attorney. Sound suspicious? Absolutely. Let's talk about it. Three of the young men that are involved in the Nolan Wells case just hired Donald Trump's former attorney that handled his defamation lawsuit against the media during the Manhattan hush money trial. Are you guys familiar with that? See, hiring this attorney, Edward, what is his name? Paltzik or something like that, was not a coincidence. During this Manhattan hush money trial, they too had an enhanced audio situation that Michael Cohen was and Donald Trump had a conversation together. And Donald Trump tried to say that he didn't say something, and Michael Cohen had a recorded phone call of him. See, these people, if why do you go to this extent to hire these type of people if you're not guilty of anything? That's just my opinion. But nevertheless, attorney Paul Zach, I hope I'm saying his name correctly, whatever, he did an interview with Chris Cuomo. And I'm going to show you some of these clips and what they were talking about and how you can tell it's nothing but a distraction. But it's some other issues in here I want to point out to you. Take a look at
So
this
is
clip.
there anything new in terms of your client and your pursuits?
No, I mean, look, we're monitoring the things that are being said across social media. I think in the next week, there'll be additional activity around some of the accounts that have sort of driven some of the most, what we believe are egregious narratives around my client. I think the reality is that the internet is fickle. And so at some level, as other people insert themselves or other names come out, the internet has a way of rotating between people. And they're assigning different people culpability based on the day.
So
I want to bring this part of the interview to your attention because it amazes me how they hate social media. The reason why they hate social media is because we're able to bring things and tell the truth where mainstream media used to tell us stuff and we believed it only to find out all that shit was a lie. So they wish they could get rid of social media. So he is monitoring people's social media accounts and bringing up defamation lawsuits and threatening people. That, as a matter of fact, the one girl, I can't remember her name. Oh, they totally got her. They got her to hush. When I say she took everything down about had anything to do with his client, she took it off of her page. I'm speaking on how I feel. And freedom of speech gives us the right to say what we feel is going on. No, they want us to be hush hush about this case because it's all trying to be swept up under a rug. Sorry, not gonna happen. Take a look at this next clip.
your client wound up fixing that problem for them. But first, what has been alleged by these accounts that you are monitoring about the involvement of your client?
Yeah, so let me back up and just clarify when we say the boat that could be confusing to some people. I mean, there were hundreds of boats that were out near Horn Island that day, hundreds of people that were out on Horn Island that day celebrating the 4th of July. It's a big holiday weekend. Within a sort of confederacy of friends, there were three boats that went out. One of them was piloted by my client, who piloted the boat out and then back to his house. At no point was Nolan Wells, the young man who tragically lost his life, on my client's boat. Around 4:30 that afternoon, One of the boats experienced some problems with its bilge pump and started taking on water. One of the individuals on that boat called my client and asked for help. He proceeded to give help, in part by getting on the transom of the boat and helping to remove the plug at the back of the transom of that boat. For people that don't boat, that may not make, that may not be something they understand, but literally they were just opening up a hole so water would drain out, is the short way of saying this. And then my client got back on the boat that he was piloting and towed the other vessel for a short distance, allowing that water to run off.
You notice how he said they may not understand boating? It doesn't take a rocket scientist to not look up what a bilge pump is and what part of the boat was malfunctioning. It doesn't take a rocket scientist. The internet gives us all the information we need. But I put this in there because you guys keep talking about those boats, but yet you have yet to address, why don't we have the MDMR GPS extraction for Bart's boat? Because that in itself would tell us whether or not Bart told them. See, this is the part they're covering up. Pay attention, people. It's bullshit. But I saved the best for last.
Of why investigations stay quiet. That audio gets released by the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources. A version of it, it's not clear that that was the original audio. And then people take it and try and pick it apart. So you have mentioned enhanced audio and different things that people have heard. It's worth noting that there's been more than one source of quote unquote enhanced audio, that audio appears in different lengths, that different forensic experts have said that there are quote unquote artifacts that were added to the enhanced audio, that music was removed from the enhanced audio. And so all of those things should create a degree of skepticism. The other thing that I would say is that if you listen to even the enhanced audio, and News Nation had a guy on recently, Robert Freed, who talked about this, who is an audio expert. If you listen to it without the transcript that some people have put on top of it, even the enhanced audio is garbled mess. And so what I would say is, you probably are aware of this. There's all sorts of scientific research on this about the way the human brain processes and offers preference to certain types of input. There's a visual input preference over an auditory input preference. There was a famous experiment done around this, Chris, where two groups of people were put into separate rooms with a noise that didn't say anything. And they were told, one group was said that the noise was the word green needle, or words green needle, and the other was told that it was the word brainstorm. And they got put back together, and they both swore vehemently that they had heard either green needle or brainstorm because they had that visual cue. So I think there's a reason that reputable outlets have chosen not to run enhanced audio, because if you're a reputable outlet, you try to figure out who put this together. Did they start with the original so that we know it wasn't corrupted from the beginning? Is there evidence of corruption that we can detect? Are the links the same? Mm-hmm. Does that person have bias? These are the questions you'd want to know before you put something in front of people with a written transcript that tells them what they should be hearing, and then allow it to mislead people. We put zero stock in enhanced audio, quote unquote, enhanced audio. And I think that there's a reason that reputable outlets, and candidly, a lot of reputable audio experts, are saying that people shouldn't either on facts and evidence before you convict someone in a court of public opinion, because the consequence of that is that you're ruining people's reputations. The consequence of that is that you're subjecting people to actual physical threats and violence. And that's not the way that our system should work.
Has it slowed down? How is your client handling it?
I would tell you that, he's a 21-year-old, kid's the wrong word, because I know that's a grown man, but you can remember being 21.
Now that's some damn good lawyering. They're paying him the big bucks. I know. Did you hear what he said? Now this was the exact same attorney that was involved in Donald Trump's the Trump-Cohen trial in 2018. Go look it up. The Manhattan Hush Money trial. Now he's saying that enhanced audio is not reputable, but he know they used forensic enhanced audio in Donald Trump's trial to prove Donald Trump did say that what they said he said during that trial. So what he has to say, I would take with a grain of salt. Then he's going to say, this is why you need to leave the investigations up to the investigators. You're ruining people's reputation. Weren't they the ones that came out and said Nolan Wells was the one that was using illegal substance? That's what they told Brandon Tatum. That's what they keep repeating. Now they want to go on the alcohol level, but I guess his reputation don't matter because he won't be here to see another birthday. He won't be here to see 21 years of age. But we worried about Bart's, huh? I don't think so. What do you consider as a reputable news outlet? The ones that go with your narrative? Yeah, I thought so. But TMZ put it out. And as far as the enhanced audio, you a damn lie. Nothing was removed from that audio other than the backgrounds. They brought the background sound to the front. And you know this. Guys, when I tell you, don't let this distract you because we ain't running over here, okay? Because I know when I report stuff, it's all factual and can be looked up. So by them running to get Donald Trump's attorney makes no difference. Just look who you used to represent. Come on now. Drop down in the comments how you feel about this new information about Nolan Wells' friends going to hire Donald Trump's former attorney. Are we scared? I think not. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so that you're alerted the next time I upload a new video. And as always, follow me for more controversial topics.